You have seen him on many of things, Mr. Show and 30 Rock, of course. So ladies and gentlemen, let's please put your hands together for Mr. Scott Adsit.
Well, I grew up improvising. My first improv class was in junior high at my school, because the teacher there was teaching acting and drama through improv. So my very first acting classes were make-em-ups, and so that was kind of ingrained in me very early. And then I went into high school, and I was lucky enough that we had a great theater program, and we had an improv troupe that would perform at assemblies and stuff like that. We were allowed to make fun of the school's administration or the politics of being in high school, and we actually did satire, which we got in trouble for from the administration. It was great. And so that became part of my DNA, and so it informs every bit of acting I do.
In 30 Rock, for example, it seems like there are like snippets of things that would be improvised.
Well, it does seem that way.
Oh, okay.
The Office seems that way too, but both of those shows are very tightly scripted, and occasionally we were in the mood to go off script. But the thing is, the writers are so good, or were so good on 30 Rock, that we would get these scripts. You know, we go to the table read first time we see them and read them all out loud together, and they're like these perfect little, like, ornate little toy carousels that we get to watch, you know, as we read it. And there's not a lot of room for improvement. And also, they overwrite scripts on 30 Rock so that it's about 7 minutes too long. So all these great, really tightly packed jokes, and then we have to get rid of 7 minutes of it. And for you filmmakers, you know what that's like. 7 minutes is a huge amount of information to get rid of. And so it was seldom that we had the luxury of improvising, but when we did, it was generally the beginning or the end of a scene. I did a movie called Big Hero 6, and I played a robot. And it was like, the feeling was too good to be true, that I was in a Disney major movie in an important role, and I'm getting to be, you know, behind those gates and see the process. And I really thought I was going to be fired at any moment, the whole time. I thought it's too good to be true. They're going to decide that the character is better silent, something like that, you know? The first time the cast met, there were about 9 of us in the principal cast, and the first time we all met was at the first screening of Big Hero 6. And it was a cocktail party, followed by a screening, and then a dinner. And it was hosted by Lassiter and the other heads of the studio, and it was for the voice actors and then the department heads. So it was very intimate. And we sat there, and before the movie, the producers and the director came up and thanked everybody in the room, and then talked about each of the voice actors, and it was all very complimentary and lovely. And Lassiter got up there, and he gets up there as the head of 2 Disney powerhouse studios, and says to us, it's gonna make me cry, he said, "You people are now in the same category as Peter Pan and Buzz and Woody, and you people are on the same shelf as Snow White and Pinocchio, and you're part of that now." That was incredible. And not exactly true, but we were welcomed by the man himself into that club, so that was one of the great moments in my life. I think you have to do what you think is funny and what you enjoy doing and hope that people notice, but you also have a responsibility to the audience because they're spending money or time to see you. So you can't just make it about you. Sometimes you go and watch a play or an improv experience, and you get that the people on stage are having a much better time than you watching. And then you're just kind of watching them have a party, and they're not serving you at all. And I'm hyper aware of that when I'm watching it, or when I'm involved in it, when I'm on stage and I realize, oh, we're being selfish and not inviting the audience in on this. So yeah, I think it is important to do what the top of your intelligence, what you think is funny and what is missing from the landscape. But it can't just be about you, because then you're just doing in-jokes.
Right. Thank you guys so much for attending. Let's give a round of applause for this.